All right. Play with matches with one of the most important stories in the last hour or so. Okay? Because check this out, guys. You know how there was this big controversy about the boxers? There's 2 boxers who supposedly had XY chromosomes.
At the Olympics.
Yeah, the whole world was like, you guys had that all wrong because they didn't. They're a woman.
Their passport says so.
That just became the narrative, that that's what the case is, and that it was just like a lie that they were XY. I have not seen any evidence in either direction, aside from my eyeballs that tell me that that's a man, baby. Very much look like a man. But if it's a female, great. But for the people who went ham on that, what do you guys have to say about this? What do you guys have to say about the openly transgender female running in the Olympics?
Against the other girls.
Just happened to have the second fastest time in history or something. Yeah.
There's one woman who could beat him.
Here we go. One of 3 transgender athletes competing at the Paris Olympics alongside Canadian soccer player Quinn and New Zealand weightlifter. No way.
Stop it.
No way.
Did you take gold?
I don't know. But that's insane. Because even if they didn't win gold, you think that like a man's not eventually going to win gold.
Right, exactly. Like, if they open up that can of worms and let people,
That is unbelievable. See, there you go. This is the other boxer that
is in question.
Who cut through the women's division like butter, did not lose a single round, and smashed this girl's face.
Wow.
See? Controversy still surrounding Lynn and May and Khalif's eligibility after failing IBA gender tests. And look at that's her breaking the face of her opponent and winning gold.
Their opponent
made an X chromosome after the fight because the whole world has agreed that they're definitely not XY. You're all, I don't think that the world has agreed on that. But
again, I just feel like that's not an unreasonable request that the Olympics verify the sexuality, like the birth, sex, gender, whatever, of their like people competing.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about this transgender runner who is openly trans and definitely doesn't look like a man at all. And that is what we're going to do. But Gabrielle, I want to pose a question to you because we just talked about this on my live stream and I think it is it's an interesting conversation.
Okay.
If I asked you to subscribe to my channel and you were watching one of my videos, would you subscribe to the channel?
Yeah.
See? Don't you guys want to be like Gabrielle?
Oh. It's 5:35.
Again, your phone is on.
It's not. It just told me what time it was randomly for some reason.
Scoot this way because
we're
making short form content, we need to be very close to each other.
Here. There we go.
Hey, why do I have to look like straight up like a trans runner?
You have to like do your
That's the face. Perfect. This is the face of a trans athlete.
Is it?
Nope. I don't know. All right. So here's the actual question I wanted to ask you. So let's say that somehow you got deep into the scientific realities of these 2 boxers and it turns out that they are intersex and they have, like, if you strip them nude,
they look like girls.
That is a vagina, obviously. Yeah. However, they have internal testes that are producing testosterone like a man.
Where do you draw the line?
What do you do with that?
That is a tough question.
Can I tell you what the 2, like, well, go ahead. Actually, before I even give you the parameters, go.
Yeah, I mean, my thoughts are that it's not the external body part that makes men and women different. It is like the internal organs that produce the hormones that make them different. So I would say non-eligible to compete personally, but I don't know that they would be eligible to compete in the men's either. I mean, eligible, I guess, but like
good enough.
Yeah.
So, yes, I agree. So the only thing I'll push back on that is I think if someone pulls their pants down and they have a vagina that they were born with, that's a lady.
Sure. But if they also have testicles in their body, they're different.
Yeah. So they are obviously a very rare genetic abnormality. I personally think whatever they like present, you got to pick one or the other because everyone's a boy or a girl.
Right. I'm not saying that they shouldn't like live their life as a girl, but as far as competing in a women's sport, I don't know that you're eligible.
I agree.
It's just one of those things.
But here are the 2 arguments for both sides. There is a reasonable argument for allowing them to compete, and I'll tell you exactly what that is. it's like, okay, well, Usain Bolt is the fastest runner of all time, and he was born 6'5" with elongated, tendons and whatever, giving him a tremendous advantage in running.
Yeah.
Michael Phelps is basically a human walrus, you know?
Walrus.
So that's the counter argument, which is not a bad argument.
People are born with genetic
differences,
advantages.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the counter argument would be, okay, yeah, but those are features that all fall within a realm of male, female. And what we're talking about is female sports. Like it's a very specific thing. And we have segmented that because women are at a physical disadvantage athletically.
Yeah. And it's the same reason why we have different weight classes and different, like you break people up kind of based on
fairness, right?
Yeah.
And so the counter argument
there's
is
no category in running for those that have longer tendons or bones, right? Like it's just you're a runner.
Yep. And that is my counter argument would be like, okay, yeah, but the reason the female exists is so females can compete against each other.
Yeah.
Against other girls who do not have a natural physical advantage. If you have internal testes pumping testosterone into your body, you do not fall into that category. Like I'm at
on it. Which is sad for them, but it's just.
Well, listen, hey, I want to be in the fucking Olympics too. I want to be an Olympic basketball player, but I'm 5'10" and in my 40s. So,
so there's that.
Where you can go try to compete against the dudes. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, so
if you want, yeah.
And it's like,
but then they've also had estrogen.
Well, so it's like they're not good enough, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not good enough either.
But yeah.
You just deserve to be an Olympic athlete when one of the main reasons you're an Olympic athlete is because you have a tremendous biological physical advantage over women.
But it's not just that you have a biological physical advantage. It's that you have a biological physical advantage that the world has separated. That's where I'm saying that there's a difference. You don't separate swimmers based on their, lat size or whatever. Swimmers are swimmers, runners are runners. That's what I was saying. In boxing, they do separate on weight classes, but there's no separation in this regard. Men and women are separate. And if you have something that makes you a little bit male, then you don't get to compete with the girls.
It's true. They don't have a separate category for, how did Steve describe me again in jiu-jitsu? I think it was freakishly strong. I think.
Freakishly strong. There's not a category for that. So
I can guarantee you the context that he was giving was, no, he's not good at jiu-jitsu. He's just freakishly strong. For sure.
He's cheating with his strength.
Yeah, he's cheating with strength. But he is freakishly strong.
Yeah, there's no separate class for that. So
I have gotten much better at jiu-jitsu since then, though. And I remain freakishly strong.
Good job.
But yeah, I just wanted to tell that story because it had nothing to do with me telling people that
you're so
freakishly strong. Just like Usain Bolt is fast, I am strong.
Yes.
Basically.
And now we all know.
You wouldn't have known otherwise. I'm just kidding. But so let's talk about this obvious situation, which is completely different.
Right. And that's an interesting photograph that they utilize.
You know what else is really funny is transgender and non-binary. What
they
are you
just
talking
don't want to
about?
Be anything.
Well, I'm sure you don't want to be someone, or you don't want to be anything when you are a man who has transitioned to a woman and you're competing against women. You're like, actually, I'm just non-binary.
Yeah.
I'm not trans. I'm just non-binary.
Just not selecting anything. But I'm going to go compete with the girls because that seems more my speed.
Wait a minute. Hilt's assigned gender at birth was female. Wait. And they are not taking hormone treatments, making them eligible to compete in the Olympics in New York. What? Monday, Hilt's announced on X they were deleting the platform until the end of the competition, but not before sharing a message with fans.
So wait, she's born female.
How is she trans then?
Maybe she is a male. Maybe she identifies as male.
What the hell is
this
going
just got
on
very
here?
Complicated.
That's what I'm saying. This should not be that complicated. Are there any transgender athletes competing in the Olympics? Transgender, non-binary. Okay, so Hiltz had previously encouraged people to respect people's pronouns, finished third in their semifinal race. 29-year-old was one of three
How are you trans if you're non-binary?
Athletes competing at the Olympics alongside we saw that, but
So,
assigned gender at birth was female.
So she's a girl.
And they are not taking hormone treatments, making them eligible. So how is she trans? What? This is what I'm saying.
I don't get
it.
it.
So yeah, no, they definitely did not have XY chromosomes. And they're all, yeah, she's trans, but she was born a woman and is not on hormones. They're all, so what? Like, how is she trans? They're all, don't think too much about it, you know?
Like, so, okay. If you're saying that you're trans, you're saying that you're the opposite gender. But then she's saying non-binary. So
she's saying she lives as a man normally?
I don't know.
But she says she's not on hormone replacement.
And non-binary. Is that just sexual
No, that's gender. Okay, so respect people's pronouns. And if someone has had different lived experience than you, try educating yourself instead of hating on them. They said. I am not hating on you living your lived experience. I'm hating on you competing against girls if you are a biological man, because it's
which
not fair.
Maybe she's not.
Right. She might not be, but this is so bizarre.
Then why are we
and
talking about this?
Well, I need to know.
I mean, that straight up said that she was born a girl.
That's what this just said.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like they do this to muddy the waters. Hill said their participation in the tournament was a potential opportunity to change someone's mind about something. Okay? Change my mind that, like, I automatically know that someone is either a man or a woman because you have made it so murky and weird. Hill's Team USA teammate, L. St. Pierre, joins Paris Games have been dominated by controversy surrounding the gender of certain athletes, namely boxers, yada, yada. Both fighters were disqualified from last year's Women's World Championships for allegedly failing gender eligibility tests, but were cleared to fight in France by games bosses, right? And they both won the gold medal.
They both won gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand this runner situation.
What the hell are you, like, what does this mean?
It's just a story for story's
Nikki Hiltz,
sake?
like...
So y'all are going on this journey with us
now. God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
What?
Nikki Hiltz, the U.S. track Olympian, embraces superpower of being queer and running free.
No, ma'am.
Oh my God. Being queer has a superpower. Being queer, who identifies as transgender, non-binary, uses they/them pronouns, will be the first trans non-binary person to participate in a track and field final. Here's the thing: I don't care what you are.
Yeah, I just
as long as you're not competing. As long
as you're not a male competing in female sport.
If you're competing in female sports, then we need to know what you are and you're. Like, what's happening?
Like,
if you're born a girl, then what are we talking about?
This is so weird.
Hiltz, who identifies as transgender, non-binary, uses they/them pronouns, will be the first trans non-binary person to participate in a track and field final at the Olympics on Saturday.
How do you be trans and non-binary?
I know
it's literally the most like opposing words ever. Like, trans literally means that you're the opposite gender, right. And then non-binary is saying I don't have one. So why are you like?
What are you doing?
It's nonsense.
It's absolute gibberish. It is a really smart way to get your name out there, though. Like, maybe this is just a genius
trying to figure it out.
Maybe this is just a genius.
Yeah.
I know I'm the first, but I'm definitely not the last. So I hope I can make it a little bit easier for the next non-binary person to come after me. That's not a thing. On Thursday, the last instructions Hiltz received from their coach,
if you're
Mike
non-binary
Smith,
or trans. Just
was not to concentrate on making the finals. Instead, Smith told them, beat as many people as they can. Okay, whatever.
Okay.
What is your...
I think she's a girl.
Sometimes I wake up feeling like a powerful queen. Others I wake up feeling as if I'm just a guy being a dude. And other times I identify outside of gender binary entirely.
No. See, that's when they lose me. Like, this is not something that fluctuates morning to morning. And if it is, that's something else going on up there. You know? Like, you are who you are. You don't get to... I mean, I guess you get to, but, like, in reality, you are who you are, and you wake up the same person every morning.
It's like...
Not a different gender every day.
It's like they take...
That's cuckoo.
Regular experiences, and they just, like, inject this gender, like, cult nonsense into it. It's like... You're all, describe how you feel when you say you're a man. Well, sometimes I wake up in a bad mood. You're all, And so that makes you feel like a man. Oh yeah, I'm just being a dude because I'm kind of mad that day. It's like,
yeah, gender's not a mood.
Gender means you have a penis or not a penis. Like, no, it doesn't. There's a huge spectrum. Okay.
Sure. I mean, yeah, sure. There's like tomboy girls and effeminate men, but there's still.
But
I don't know. It's the day-to-day thing that gets me. That's the one where they lose me every single time.
Totally. And as it relates to this topic right here, it's like, okay, so there's a spectrum. You feel more feminine one day, and so that means you're not like whatever. It's like, okay, but this is the Olympics. So at the Olympics, you are a man or a woman. Yeah. Like, this is just what it is. As a matter of fact, you don't need to pick anything as long as you're not in the women's division. If you're in the men's division, be whatever the fuck you want.
It's true.
It's true. Just be whatever you want, dude. But if you're in the women's division...
What if she had woke up feeling like a man that day at the Olympics, though? Like,
what if she had woke up feeling like a gorilla with rocket skates on, and then she won the...
What if?
Hey, do you run faster when you identify as man?
These are all questions that we need answers to.
Hiltz is not the first person who identifies non-binary
to compete. About the non-binary.
Tokyo, there's a U.S. skateboarder, blah, blah. Yeah, non-binary is not relevant if you do not have a penis.
as long as you're competing in the right division.
2 female boxers dealing with factually incorrect and reprehensible accusations they were born male. It's a reflection of the anti-trans movement worldwide, which has picked up steam in the United States in recent years. Shut the...
This is USA Today.
That is really not true. Like, that is not true.
I mean, it's what the media would have you believe. No one's that.
How about fairness towards females in athletics?
Yes. That's it. That's all.
Respect people's pronouns, and if someone has a different living, try educating yourself instead of hating on them. Well, maybe don't be so confrontational, and I won't feel like I want to hate on you.
Yeah.
Politicians at the local and state levels have made what is basically a non-issue a priority. There have been 638 bills introduced in 43 states, according to the Trans Legislation Tracker, an independent research organization that tracks bills introduced at the state level that affects trans and gender-diverse people. In total, 45 have passed, while 75 were introduced by members of Congress.
Is that like tampons in the boys' bathroom?
I don't know, so I won't even speculate, but I'm sure it's stuff that I would guess is not very important.
Yeah.
It's a weird and crazy time politically, and yeah, I think you see that play out in sports. But I think sports is such a good example that just sets the tone for the rest of the world. Hey, queer people can be here and they can exist, and they're loved and supported. It means a lot, always.
There have always been
queer, love, and support you because you're an American athlete in the Olympics.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes me not root for you is when you tell me you might be a boy, but you're with the girls, and I'm like, but wait, are you a boy? They're all, I don't know, I'm not binary. You're like, no, are you a boy?
When I woke up today, I was feeling like a boy.
It's pretty straightforward. Are you a boy? Well, I might be. Nope, that's not. No.
Ask me tomorrow.
We're talking about the other type of gender, not this thing that you guys do.
Like your sex, your actual, yes.
It's like... Hiltz took the advice of U.S. men's 400-meter hurdles runner Rai Benjamin.
Which was what?
To point at and wave at every USA flag they saw and to watch the reaction of the fans. I like that advice.
It is great advice.
Yeah. Team USA jumper Tara Davis Woodall is one of their close friends, and they planned a special handshake before they competed.
Very cute.
They go slap, slap, back, back, and they grab each other's penises. JK, you guys. Davis Woodall won gold in the long jump. She inspires me so much.
Okay.
I just don't understand how there's nothing in here about your actual biological sex. I give up, actually. I'm tapping out.
This is ridiculous.
I'm tapping out on this story.
Yeah.
Thanks
we tried.
But just so we're clear, both of the boxers who are definitely female won gold without losing a round. So,
food for thought.
Who would have imagined that? Bye-bye.
Bye.